making paper pots. I've already done a few, and these are all for our tomato seedlings. So this is the time of the year when we need to plant our seeds for seedlings to go into the ground in the end of October, early November. I've had a lot of people ask me, can we redo this particular video on making paper pots? This is a piece of plastic tube. It can be any sort of plastic tube. Roughly the same thing here. So this is 80 millimeters from the bottom to this bottom lip here. And we turn this around, and from the bottom to the top here, it's 145 mil. As I said, you can use just about any sort of pipe you like. It's just a matter of starting off with your cut in first. So with a saw, you can just go through and just cut this off, and then measure it up and get your measurements all right. Now, the reason the measurements got to be so direct is because this all goes back to your paper. Now, this is a broadsheet paper we've got here. I think it's a broadsheet, isn't it? That's the cameraman's nodding. So we just mark this off. So we'll get 4 cuts out of this, and then you just line it across on both sides, and then you do your cut. So that's what it looks like. So we just open that out like this. And that's our first sheet. There's a little bit in the middle there. That's a half sheet. Bit of economics there that they're saved on. So we just simply start off by rolling it to that particular point there. I'll take that one off. That's distracting. And you just simply roll that over. You're not trying to put too much tension on it. And that's it. Where this join is, here, this is where you put your first fold. So you just fold that all the way through. So that's what you've got. That's what it looks like on the inside. And that's it. So this then becomes your scoop for getting your potting mix. And here I've made up some potting mix, which I'll do a talk about on tomorrow's post. But there you go. That's it. Pack it in, chuck a little bit more on the top, just to make sure we're at the top. And that is a paper pot made in no time flat. And then we'll put our seeds in and get that up and going. And I'll talk about how many we're doing, about 200, cameraman. So we'll probably do around about maybe 10 of each particular variety that we've chosen, and get them all in the hothouse, and I'll talk about all that process next. So this is how you do it with your little cheap paper pot maker. That's all it is. Absolutely sensational way of creating paper pots. Not just for tomatoes, but all sorts. So anyway, happy gardening.